Welcome to the Orange League. My name is Thomas and with me here today again is...
Ration.
Yes, and today we'll be watching a couple of replays from...
Well, just the one to start, but...
Yeah, I want to start, okay. But we'll be watching a replay of my own. And it's a part of the series My Life on Creep, where we'll be watching my improvements on the StarCraft game and the StarCraft ladder. The replay we're gonna watch today is one of the early replays that I made in my attempts to do a Stephano build.
A Stephano wannabe.
A Stephano wannabe indeed. No. If we look at his builds, I think it's...
Yeah, he's the best zerg out of three. I think he's the best zerg in the world at the moment. But that's open to a debate.
Yeah, indeed it is. Well, I think we should just start watching.
Yeah, let's start it.
Well, as you see, I will be starting my game with a lot of droning.
So, what's your general idea when you look at your opponent's name, which is RPDD?
Well,
quite original.
Yeah, it is. And when I see him, I just see blue. So from now on, he will be one of the Blue Man group, and we shall just call him Blue Man.
Blue Man, that's better.
Blue Man indeed. Okay, well, if you look at my game right now, you'll see that I'm still just droning, and that's kind of a normal start when you're zero.
Yeah. When are you gonna go hatch first or spawning pool first?
Well, as it is now, I will be doing a 15 spawning pool. So the moment I hit 15, right, there we go. I will go for that. There we go.
Pool.
There's our spawning pool.
There he is.
There he is. I thought, am I gonna make a fool of myself? But I didn't. Well, there's the spawning pool. And I'm sorry, I have a bit of a cold, so if I...
that's alright.
Okay, well, meanwhile, if you look at our Terran buddy, you will see
that's quite important that he's opening one barracks.
Yeah.
Nothing to say, no gas, there's no stealth arrow play yet.
Indeed, and my Overlord is there observing his base, and we'll be flying around just a little bit,
in the
just
meanwhile,
chilling and hanging out. And
you expanded our pauses for a second because we're missing stuff. You put the spawning pool.
Yeah.
Keep on rolling, I take it. Oh, building.
Yeah. The moment my spawning pool is done, what Stephano regularly does, and what I try to be doing is, when it's done, I will immediately expand to my natural, as we can see here, and I will start a queen.
A queen.
A queen.
You're gonna go like Stephano with just 2 queens, or you're gonna open up like all the other zergs with 4 queens?
No. I thought it was interesting to go just with 2 queens, and so I did. So this typical
Fair
game,
enough.
I will be using 2 queens. But let's continue so we can see what happens.
Speed a bit up. Start deploying orbital command. Marine, yeah.
Yeah.
4 zerglings just for security, I think.
Yeah. Those are just for taking control of my map, you know, exploring my view, get a bit of scouting done.
Here we have an interesting development. You're gonna go for an early third.
Yeah, an early third indeed. If you look at Stephano's play and my play right here, you will see that I will be needing a lot of money and a lot of drones. And droning up to a count of, well, if Stephano would usually drone up to around 70, 60, we will see later.
Yeah, 75 is usually the number you want, but thereabouts.
We will see that I won't be able to go there as fast. And that's just one of the, well, still many hiccups or faults that I
what
make.
interests me is your Terran buddy. He is not early expanding.
No, indeed.
And you don't see you only see 1 barrack, what you spotted here, and a gas. And it's 5 minutes. You either think he's incredibly stupid or he must be hiding something.
Well,
we can't see he isn't hiding anything, but in the game, did you think about that or just ignored it and played straight up?
If I'm honest, I played straight up.
Alright, that's fair. Because if he was hiding something, this third would die really easy.
Yeah,
or just your second. That's because
indeed.
He isn't hiding anything. We can see that now, but in the game,
so our
when your Blue Man is just 1 barrack at 5 minutes. Okay, that's his point, but that's not too great, to be honest.
Yeah,
but normally, if you see your Overlord 1 barrack, and let's see, when did he leave your Overlord?
Well, my Overlord was actually it got attacked by that 1 Marine, and I clicked it towards outside of his main, and
that's logical. But
in doing so,
I want to see when it's about 4:13. You have no vision over it anymore.
Nope.
So, but still, 4:30. I don't know for versus Zerg, but I know versus Protoss, 3:30. If we early expanded, he spotted it here, half, not completely. You could sneak it in, but you would have seen SVs mining.
Yeah, indeed. Well, no, like I said before, I was playing straight up, and I should have paid more attention to his build.
Yeah, that's one thing, because if he's cloak bench, you're risking early barracks pressure. You can't take the turret, you have to make circlings.
Yeah, indeed. However, I did not see a gas when I flew over with my Overlord in the beginning, so I kind of took it for, he's not gonna go any, like you said, cloak banshee or anything, so
no, that's okay.
It was taking a risk, but, Stephano is all about taking risks and being aggressive.
A point for improvement. Let's move on.
It is.
Right,
look, I will be taking my third around here. Yep. There we go. There it is.
Nice minute.
Yeah, and actually I'm making a queen, and I'm still just droning up. Droning up. A couple of zerglings will pop out.
Around which time you're gonna... did I miss the road warrant, or is it not down yet?
No, it is not down right now, and that...
might be a bit late, I think.
Nah, yeah, it is
probably
quite late.
Maybe in this situation that it is, but... If you have a bit of pressure, I know Terran can drop about 10 minutes. So
yeah, it could, but
if he has any Hellions, they could just march to freak in everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, indeed.
If you have a couple of roaches, you can shut down the Hellions damn easy.
Yeah, well, we will see in a moment. I will begin them in shortly.
Yeah, but I don't know when Stephano starts them against Terran, but...
Here, there they go. They're down.
Yeah, they're coming, but...
Yeah, it is quite
It's
late.
only Silver League, so nothing
Indeed,
to worry about.
And it is quite late. And look, a couple of roaches are coming out, and from now on I will be building as much roaches and links as I can afford.
You're gonna go upgrade with them, or just...
one upgrade, mostly the speed upgrade. So link speed and roach speed will be coming up, and there will be one missile attack. And that's actually all.
And just checking up on the Terran, he has Marine Shield, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And +1 attack.
Indeed.
And not much else. How many
his expand just went down, so...
16... Took more or less 24. You should have this in the bag, I think.
Yeah. I could have won easily already, but
you never know.
I was just kind of getting
maybe
my army together.
If you,
and that was indeed one of the mistakes I was talking about a couple of minutes ago. When I rushed out my Overlord from there because the Marine was attacking, I more or less just clicked it out and went on with my things.
You can just, if you just put a certain amount of time in your head, doesn't matter which time, you know that one time when you get better, you know which times are good and bad. If you say, well, around 10 minutes, my Overlord is gonna fly over his base. I don't know if 10 minutes are good or not. You found out pretty easy if 10 minutes brings any useful intel or just gets shut down.
Yeah.
But if 10 minutes that's good, you do that at 9 minutes or 11 minutes. So you can have some kind of intel.
Yeah,
because
indeed.
If you see this, you would just go 1A and win.
Indeed, I would. Because I have I've got 29 roaches right now and 10 links on the map with 3 queens for every base. So per base 1.
It's not gonna be funny for the Terran.
No, I can tell you what, right now our blue man will have a blue feeling after this match.
Yeah, indeed he will.
Alright, shall we continue?
Yeah, we will.
Nothing too interesting going on right now. I'm just making...
Do you have an idea in your head when around this time I want to move out? About this many roaches or about a certain time?
This was, if you can stop it right now and go on, just back up a little bit. Yeah, there's a battle going on. If you go back a little bit, it's around 40 minutes now, and normally... if you look at Stephano, he's maxed out at about 11, 11:30, and
well, 12. Let's be honest.
Well, it is later. If you look at the Red Bull games, you will see that at around 11, 11:20, he will be maxed out, and that's amazing because that's just so incredibly fast. And
yeah,
I'm not able to do that. I mean,
no, that's quite obvious.
Yeah, but this is one, like I said, one of my early attempts to doing so, and we were talking about moving out and when am I gonna attack. I was thinking about 1430, around something like that, because my army would be big enough to win.
Yeah, you can
almost for sure. I've got 43 roaches. I've got 30 links on the map.
As long as you got a point in your head, when this happens, I want to attack. It can be a time on the clock. Right? It can be an amount of food supply. It can be amount of units. It can be almost anything. Or you see something, or you don't see something. That's forgotten. But just before the game, I'm gonna do this if everything plays out normal. And when I'm at this point, I'm gonna attack.
Yeah, indeed.
And it might be a sucky time, but you'll find out.
Yeah, you'll find out whenever you play. Indeed. Well, but in this particular game, I saw that because of my overlord placement and my creep spread, I've easily spotted our blue man coming in with a not too big an army, and I thought, well, I can have that. So I moved my roaches up to my third, and from there on out, well, we can just watch it, because what happens now is a thing that will make our blue man blue.
Yeah. Let's see, you got everything. Circlings alike? Yeah. Circlings are pretty much faster than
yeah, I could have made
roaches.
2 control groups, indeed.
Yeah, if this army was a big army, let's say about the same as your sized army, your roaches attack from this angle, your Circlings just run around here and crush them from the other side.
Yeah, indeed.
If Circlings get us round, it's great.
Yeah, it would have been, but as we see, it wasn't really necessary, and just a straight-on battle was enough. And here he's trying to get away, but I just...
Because it was a little bit fast, let's slow that down a bit. Because I think what we see is the Circlings running around while the roaches are in the way. That's just a little thing. If your army is equal...
Me getting scanned right there. He
If
did
your
not
army-
see my army, by the way.
No. But if your army is equal,
Yeah.
those things matter. Now
Yeah,
that
indeed,
obviously
and
this
that
matter,
micro
but
is so important, but right
no,
now...
not that important, but it's just... Well, micro is like... Let's see. Circling... No, they're doing pretty decent. Yeah, they're in front of us. A couple here, but... Picking them up.
Not really.
bastards.
Yeah, but he picked them up, and we will see that... I saw that going on, and I just was like, well, if that's all he's got, I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. And so I did, so it was a straight on, I'm taking your base, simple as that.
Yeah.
So I did.
Mr. Blumen can go back to the
Yeah, he will drop his in his own base, trying to defend, but here a couple of roaches got left behind. And that's just a bit of a micro mistake, taking them around with me now.
Yeah.
And there we go, and it's, as you can see, it's a piece of cake really from here on. And GG will be shortly hereafter.
Yep.
If he GG's, because I think Mr. Blumen didn't even GG.
No, he's gonna lift and float to the corner where you can't
No.
kill him. Oh,
No.
he lifts.
Isn't that just rude?
Well, sometimes I forget, but then when I forget, I open up the chat window and GG afterwards.
Yeah, indeed, but and that's just on the side right now. If we look at the lower leagues, like bronze or silver, there's always so much chatting going on. Like, hey, how are you, and how you doing, and how long have you been playing for, where are you from? And if we watch later games, like, well, anywhere from gold to
Yeah.
masters.
Good luck,
we will
have fun
see-
is about
yeah,
the best
good luck,
you can
have
get.
fun. If you're lucky, good luck will come out, right? So, people are, I think it's...
Be nice, people.
Yeah, overall they're really nice people. You have the bad apples that go, I will kill you if you ever see me. Go on like that, but just a fun fact.
Yeah, just a couple remarks. I know this is an early, you're doing better already right now, but upgrades of your units that don't got anything. It's something to look into, and starting a pitch earlier with roads production, because you got... I don't know what time war headings were coming out at the earliest,
Well,
but I think it was around
8:30.
Yeah, something of 7.
Yeah, I wanted from now on. I want to begin my production in between 7:30.
Yeah.
Around that time, I want to begin my roach production, and that's something I'm working on right now. And there are a lot of little things. So
Yeah.
I think, in conclusion, there are a couple of points I could be working on right now, if I should be working on right now.
Yeah,
And
but
those are my overlord placement, like the scouting, because
Oh, I think your overload price is pretty
yeah, it
good.
is right now. But if we look at the beginning, where my overlord just flew, who is still just chilling out in the in the corner of the map right there, it is kind of sucky to have your overlord placed there and then forget all about him. Well, he could be providing so much information that could be, it could win or lose your whole match.
Oh, seeing an army incoming, that's...
Yeah, indeed. Well, and the overlord placement mid game and mid game is fine, I think.
But just one thing: if you do this, always be on the when your overlord gets attacked, immediately produce another one.
Yeah, and that's something else. By the way, for later on, that I should be working on. I was supply blocked a couple of times, like 2 times or something.
Oh,
Not so many times, but if you look at Stephano, the moment he starts roach production, he will usually flood a couple of overlords, just like 4 or something like that, but just to catch up with all the roaches that will be coming out, because almost every I forgot their names.
Lings, Zerglings,
No.
Banelings, Overlords. What do you want? Roaches.
No, at the hatch. What does come out? What is
Larva.
there? Larva. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ration. I'm such an idiot. Anyway, every larva will be a ling or roach at this point.
Yeah.
So to keep up with that, you will have to flood a couple of overlords, so you won't get supply block like I did, and that's just a do and learn progress.
122.
Yeah, my APM is going up. Indeed it is. However, there are so many things. Like I said, in conclusion, what I could be working on right now is my overlord placement and scouting in the beginning.
What I always do is pick 1 or 2 things and ignore the rest.
Yeah, but just
Note them, write them down,
yeah,
but don't practice them. Just focus on the
Indeed,
1 or 2 problems at a time.
For now, things that are important and that need to be worked on.
Yeah.
From that particular moment on, is the roach warren and my evolution chamber. That it has to be earlier, so my roaches can be produced from 7.5 minutes on. That's one. Then like I said before, my overlord placement in the beginning, my scouting, that has to be.
If you get no vision into the Terran base, if it's really pissing you off with marines, this evolution chamber is gonna be so important if a Banshee pops up.
It is. Well, and what do we need? What did I say? Oh yeah, the control groups. So I can micro a bit more. Put my legs in a single control group, put my roaches in a single control group. It wasn't necessary right now, but it is something that is worth looking at and worth working with.
Yeah.
Interesting sentence.
What I'd like to add is keep your damn money low.
Yeah, indeed. Well, this was later on. Is it later on? Yeah,
no,
11:29.
I spotted the entire game. It's almost all the time above 1,000.
Yeah, and that's so I should have been making more lings at that point. I should have been just spending it, but I didn't have the gas for roaches, and it was just.
If you sometimes when I forget a pylon or am I on pylon blocked, my cash is gonna go up when I want to produce units, but I can't. What I just do, I make buildings which I would make on later on, but I just make them a bit earlier. Just spend the money.
Yeah.
And I make when I'm not supply, I make the units.
Yeah, indeed. And that's something Stephano does incredibly well.
He's never supply blocked.
No, beside being supply blocked, his money will stay low because he will make whatever he can afford. If he can't afford roaches, he will simply make lings. Easy as that. If he can't afford, he can always afford lings, but you see, it's just build whatever you can afford, and because it's mostly lings and roaches anyway, so it's quite an easy build in that
Unless
aspect.
you're getting into the later game, which almost never happens on Bronze and Silver Leagues.
No, indeed, and that's I think for another episode. I think that will be.
Alright, but I think this wraps this one up.
Yeah, I think it does. So I've got a couple of
people
points
enjoyed it.
And
comments are always welcome, as long as they're not like you suck. We know that.
Yeah, we know we suck. That's what we do this for, right? So I think we should say, if you have a replay of which you say, well, this is what you should be working on, or you can see it right here, just try sending it to us. It's our email is below.
Below this video.
Yeah, indeed. I will just say it just for rationthomas@gmail.com. Send your replay, and maybe we'll take a look at it next time.
Okay.
Right? Okay.